Mic's off.
Mic's off.
Sure.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie, artichoke. Hello and welcome to Word on Wearside with me, Jennifer Rafferty.
And me, Cameron Welburn. Coming up in today's show, we're talking about Evo emerging and the first day of spring.
But first, our top story, and tougher sanctions were put in place today for drivers caught using their phones. Newly qualified drivers can face losing their licence, whilst those who've been driving for two or more years, face a £200 fine and 6 points. Our Word on Wearside reporter Ryan Smith went out to find out some more.
Somebody had been arrested and he'd been on his phone. Everything died on that day because that man decided to pick up his phone.
Don't use your phone whilst you're driving.
We've all seen adverts like this.
As of today, the law policing the use of mobile phones while driving has changed. Drivers now face much more serious penalties if they are caught using their handheld devices while behind the wheel. If caught under the old law, drivers would have faced a £100 fine and 3 points on their licence. However, they now face a £200 on-the-spot fine, 6 points on their licence, and they have to take a driving awareness course that cannot be opted out of.
If caught twice under the new law, drivers face a ban. However, the consequences are even bigger for new drivers. They face being banned at the first offence and will have to reapply for their provisional licence and retake their driving test. So what do new drivers think about the change in the law?
It is fair, because when you're using your mobile phone while driving, you're putting everyone in danger, not only yourself. So people just need to stop using their mobile phones and the laws need to get stricter.
I don't think it's fair, because I wouldn't like to do my driving test again. It took us 2 times to start with.
Road Safety GB North East has revealed that drivers using a mobile phone whilst driving, either handheld devices or hands-free, were 4 times more likely to be involved in a collision than other drivers. The group is launching its Stay Focused on the Road campaign to coincide with the new government rules designed to crack down on mobile phone use whilst at the wheel. For Word on Wearside, I'm Ryan Smith.
Today, the Walkers factory in Peterlee has announced it will be closing down. This means up to 400 jobs could be under threat. Andy Hobson has more.
For many Walkers, Christmas means garlic liquor adverts and a large variety of flavours. But for those here at the Walkers Slack Distribution Centre, it means their livelihood. The lorries here are still flooding in and out for now, but around 400 jobs will be at risk with the proposed closure of this site.
Walkers have had a home for many years here in Stevenson Road, Peterlee. But this morning it was announced that the North East site will be closing to try and improve UK efficiency.
Following the closure of the steel plant in Redcar and the growing uncertainty over the Nissan plant in Sunderland, it's truly a tough time for jobs in the north east of England. However, Tracy Foster, Managing Director for Peterlee Walkers, insists support will be given to employees if the plans go ahead during a statement this morning. In order to improve the efficiency of our UK snacks manufacturing operations, we are proposing the closure of our factory at Peterlee. We appreciate this is upsetting news for everyone at the Peterlee site. It is a difficult proposal for us to put forward. We want to make it clear that it in no way reflects the performance of our colleagues at Peterlee. We are grateful for their hard work and commitment. The proposal is to close the site on the 31st of December, and the factory will operate as normal from tomorrow. But as it stands, there are 400 jobs that may still be scrapped. I'm Andrew Hobson for Word on Wearside.
Protests have been taking place in Sunderland today outside the Civic Centre. They're all about funding the cuts to the Wearside Women in Need. Beth King went to the protest and found out more.
Furious women from across the northeast are on streets today to fight a complete cut of funding to support domestic violence charity. Wearside Women in Need organised the protest in response to further cuts by Sunderland City Council to their already dwindling budget.
Today's for the people of Sunderland to come together, our organisation to come together, victims and survivors of domestic violence to come together and say to Sunderland Council, who are voting in their budget today, protect our services, protect women, save women's lives, don't cut domestic violence funding.
The charity currently runs 4 centres which can house up to 173 women and 107 children. In 2010 they had their funding cut by 33%. The amount of funding from July 2017 will be zero. That's despite the fact that the latest figures from Northumbria Police show more than 10,000 reports of domestic abuse in 2014 to 2015.
Basically, I think the women in need is needed. Women and children. Some people don't realise how many people are at risk, and it's needed for their own protection. And basically, there is safety needed out there, and the funding to be taken off these people is an absolute disgrace. The women need refuges where there isn't any men because they're frightened of what they've been through, and basically they need the safety of it.
We are here to protest and to let them have a rethink about where they put their funding streams. We are a refuge, we have refuges, specialised workers to deal with the trauma that women have endured whilst living in violent relationships. We support them to move on in their lives and to have healthy relationships in the future. We do lots of one-to-one work, we do all the practical work with the women, and great friendships are built with women who live in refuges. Lifelong friendships, you cannot buy that. So that's why we're here today, and also the women who have been murdered. Here today there's a tree over there, that's a memorial tree for all the women murdered in Sunderland. We're their voice today. We're the voice of women and children who were so oppressed, so ground down, that they cannot have a voice.
Women and children affected by domestic abuse left messages and trees for passers-by to read during the process.
196 women and children in the year 2016.
These are the names of the North East domestic violence victims who lost their lives, some of them only 3 months old. Tragic deaths like these that the charity may fear be more common if funding is taken away. Word on Wearside, I'm Beth King.
Police are warning motorists in Sunderland not to go the wrong way around the roadworks in Pallion. The council and police are warning that travelling down the wrong carriageway is putting motorists at risk and could cause a collision. Roadworks started months ago when work for the new Weir crossing began. Since then it has caused numerous problems with temporary traffic lights causing mass congestion in the area. To find out how the roadworks have affected us in Sunderland, our Word on Wearside reporter Divya J. Kumar has more.
European Way is currently closed to eastbound traffic approaching Pallion Junction, but is still open to westbound traffic as roadworks continue in preparation for Sunderland's new bridge across the River Wear. As a result, all traffic that would normally travel east along European Way is being diverted to St. Luke's Road instead. Motorists who persistently drive the wrong way through roadworks in Sunderland and jump traffic lights could be the cause of traffic collision. Sunderland City Council has warned that it could be forced to close European Way entirely if motorists continue to ignore the lane closure.
Still to come in today's show, Evo emerging and how one of our colleges has been voted the best in the country.
Meanwhile, pirate hunter Nick Dunn from Ashant remains in prison in India for possessing a firearm. His father James Dunn is flying out to see him and will get the chance to see him for the first time in 5 years. Nick was sentenced last year after weapons were found on a security boat he was working on in 2012.
Dominic Skeen of Rowlands Gill has defied the odds after he was told by doctors that he'd never walk or talk. This July he'll celebrate his 21st birthday, and in order to make his big day special, his sister Bethany is running a campaign to get him cards from all over the world. I went to speak to her about it. Greetings cards for a very special birthday. Dominic Skeen from Rowlands Gill was told by doctors that he'd never walk or talk, and he's defied the odds. Now, turning 21, his sister is trying to mark the occasion by surprising him with birthday cards from across the world.
Originally, the idea was to speak to friends and family around the world and go, do you want to send him a card for his birthday? But through that, we decided, let's see how far and wide we can actually get it. Dominic was born with a condition called fetal valparate syndrome, where due to that he has got a wide range of both physical and mental disabilities, ranging from cataracts to glaucoma to arthritis, autism, global mental development delay, as well as a range of other illnesses.
His family have put the word out on social media but are still managing to keep it a secret from Dom himself.
No, with Dominic's health conditions, he has no concept of the use of social media or of anything else, so luckily we are able to keep him in the dark but still spread the word as far and wide as possible.
County Durham dad Paul McGurty is currently fighting leukemia, is now looking for a bone marrow doctor. Paul is currently campaigning for people to sign up to the donations register, which could potentially save his life. He spoke to our reporters about his story.
Yay! There he is.
Now let's find some other ones.
Let's find some more. She's the walking, talking reason, or she's one of the walking, talking reasons why I need to get through this, why I need to survive this, why I need to find my donor.
No.
No.
You find it, Daddy.
Me find it. When I was laying in the hospital 2 years ago, I had a choice. I could lie there and just wallow away the days feeling sorry for myself, or I could do something about it that just gave me a bit of enthusiasm, a bit of energy.
Oh, I can't see.
90% of people now just need to give blood. So as a donor, all you're doing is giving up a few hours of your time and a bit of your blood. We want my match to come up from this, but ultimately we just want matches all around the world. Like this.
It's highly unlikely that any of our friends and family will be Paul's match, but if it could just save one person's life, there's always stories, you know, there's people with more tragic stories than Paul, children who can't get matches, and if we can help in that way, in a small way, then, you know, then there was nothing better.
Well, the fundraising won't stop. We're very soon going to tick over 25 grand. That just makes me more determined to get it to 30. Likewise, the donor campaign. Once my donor comes up, I'm not just going to suddenly close the book and say it's someone else's turn. You know, I've got the bit between my teeth.
The headliners have been announced for local music event Evo Emerging. This year, Lulu James, Cocky McGall and Eat Fast will be performing. Our Word on Wearside reporter, Rebecca Kendall, has more.
Cogan McGill was one of 3 acts confirmed to be the headliners at this year's Evolution Emerging Festival. The band from Newcastle will be playing alongside Eat Fast, a group of 4 people from Biker, and South Shield solo singer Lulu James. 3 acts have played Evolution Emerging in previous years. The festival, which has been running since 2009, has helped propel all of their careers.
It's all about new artists and new music, so what makes a lot of the artists perfect for the festival is that they're pretty much brand new artists who are just releasing their first bits of music, doing their first gigs. So the idea is that we select a lot of them from the northeast and build a lineup around them, and then we have some headliners who are a bit more established who can bring a crowd in. So the idea is that the Usburn's full of people who want to come see the headliners but also check out something new that they haven't heard of before, they haven't seen, so that's what makes it really special and different. Or I think a few things. The setting itself, Usburn Valley, where we have the festival, is such an amazing place to discover new things. There's a lot of arts and cultural scene down here. So
the festival will take place on Saturday the 27th of May at Usburn Valley, Newcastle.
South Tyneside College has been named with the best one in the country. Last Friday they claimed the award at the annual TES Further Education ceremony. The college has been hailed for its commitment to educational attainment, student career advancement and their strong connections with business and the community. The unanimous decision was described by one judge as a no-brainer. They also said that the college's impressive employment rates for learners, which put it ahead of the other impressive entries.
With less than 60 days to go and the deadline for the first round of City of Culture bids, we sent our reporter Veronica Harding to find out what you think is the best things about Sunderland.
Cities across the UK are fighting to compete in the converted status to be crowned the City of Culture. Sunderland is one of the cities that are bidding for this title. The National Glass Centre is located in the heart of Sunderland and is one of the attractions that Sunderland has to offer. The centre attracts many visitors because of its scenic atmosphere and it is free. Sunderland is located in the north-east beside the North Sea. The city has various beautiful beaches such as Roker, Seaburn and Whitburn. Having the seaside very local is putting Sunderland at an advantage over other competitors who do not have this bonus. So what's so great about Sunderland?
I love Sunderland because I love all the restaurants. The people are so friendly, and due to the business I have, the idea that they're bringing new revenue in because of the new bridge they're building, so therefore we're getting lots of new hotels. So every week or so it's improving.
Well, I've been born and raised in Sunderland. We've got a good football team now and again. Good supporters, shall we say. There's lots of new things happening in Sunderland, like the new bridge. They've put in for the City of Culture, which is fantastic if we get that. So we can bring new business into the area, get more people employed, and hopefully things will just keep going on and on from there.
My husband and I, we do like we're outdoor people, we do a little bit of walking, we combine that within Sunderland to visiting quite a lot of the real ale pubs in town, and we'll visit real ale pubs and we'll go out for a bite to eat and we combine that as part of our hobby.
Got the bus into Seaburn and we've walked all the way along the seafront from Seaburn, had a bite to eat in the Glass Centre, which was lovely, and now we're walking into Sunderland, and it's a lovely walk, and it's where anybody can walk, children in pushchairs, wheelchairs. It's, loads of people could walk along. It's really, really nice.
And the Glass Centre's definitely worth a visit.
Lovely in there.
It's beautiful in the Glass Centre.
Really nice.
The new bridge will have 2 lanes of traffic in each direction, plus a dedicated cycleway and footpaths. It's scheduled to open in spring 2018. It is going to be bigger than Big Ben. Sunderland's new bridge will be hard to miss. To get involved and vote for your city, check out the Sunderland City of Culture website for more information.
Now, what if drinking alcohol could make you smarter? That's exactly what North East researcher Tim Eskell is currently looking into. He's researching to find out whether drinking wine could have an effect on our brain function.
Wine isn't often a drink we associate with being clever, but a scientist at Northumbria University may have found a compound named resveratrol that proves grapes and wine could in fact make you smart.
So the compound resveratrol that's found in red wine is a vasodilator, so it increases blood flow around the body and especially the brain, and with this extra blood flow it provides extra oxygen and extra fuels to the brain, meaning we can perform better at certain tasks.
I wanted to take part in this study because, well, I'm first and foremost a very strong wine enthusiast, and just the fact that there could be health benefits from drinking wine was something I'm really interested in and something I wanted to get involved with. I'm finding this study, I'm finding it very interesting. There's a few tests that we have to do every time we come in, but it's nothing too hard to do, and I'm excited about hearing the results of the study.
Resveratrol has been found to improve blood flow and therefore certain mental performances, things like memory. Some research has suggested that it might have some implications for things like dementia and other neurodegenerative diseases, but this is out of the remit of this current study.
Tim will have the results early next year, so us wine lovers don't have long to wait. That regular glass of wine may soon become a little less guilty and a little more motivating. Cheers.
Now with all your sports news, Yolanda Branch.
Last night, Newcastle United went back to the top of the championship with a 2-1 win over title rivals Brighton. Ayoze Perez scored the winning goal for the Magpies in the dying moments of the game. Leicester have held informal talks with former England boss Roy Hodgson about becoming their new manager. However, it's thought that the 69-year-old was just one potential candidate spoken to into the search of Claudio Ranieri's replacement. In rugby, Jonathan Joseph has been recalled to the England squad for their training camp before their Six Nations meeting with Scotland on March 11th. Liverpool has offered to host the 2022 Commonwealth Games after host Durban admitted it might not be able to afford it. South Africa's sports minister said the government had been forced to have a rethink due to financial restraints. And Sunderland are in action this weekend as they take on Manchester City in the Premier League. The Black Cats play in the late kick-off on Sunday afternoon, and that's all for your sport.
A community farm in Newcastle is starting a crowdfunder to raise £20,000 to keep it open. Osborne Farm has been struggling with debt, but it has received funding from Tyne Housing Association and Drummond Central. But this funding wasn't enough, so they have reached out to the public to try and keep the farm that attracts over 50,000 visitors a year open.
Now to weather, where we can join Ethan, Lowes and Marshall.
Thanks, Jen. Good evening. Well, it's been the first day of spring today, so it'll be rude not to show some brilliant springtime pictures from Roker earlier today. We'll get them on for you soon. Pretty sunny it's been down there earlier on too if you were down by the beach, but it's also been pretty wet across the city this afternoon, with some quite heavy showers in place around lunchtime. Currently out there it's pretty chilly actually for most parts of the region, no higher than 5 degrees. As we look ahead to tonight, it'll be mostly clear but possibilities of some showers as well, but they should die away overnight, and it will feel cold during the early hours as well, with some ground frost particularly in some of those rural locations. For the rest of Thursday it'll be breezy with some spells of sunshine and a few showers, with longer spells of rain as we head into the afternoon. It will feel cold too, daytime highs are just 7 degrees, but make it even colder than that as well, with some possible snow on higher ground across the northeast. As we look ahead to the rest of the week, Friday looking set to be overcast and cloudy, but mostly dry, feeling cold though still, but Saturday is set to be wet and rainy, still pretty cold too, with a cloudy day expected for Sunday with some rain showers looking likely. That's it from me, goodbye back to Jen and Cam.
And you've been sending us your spring pictures all day today, so let's have a look at them. I apologise, we cannot get the spring pictures up today, but we will be posting them online on Word on Wearside, and that is it for today. Thank you for watching.
Thanks. Bye.